you playing my position, I'm about to get it. Now ain't no one about to block the hit. Cause someday, someday, someone tell me I'm somewhere, doing alright, somewhere.
Everybody, I'm Larry Ridley, and this is Madden 17 on EA Sports. Both middle linebackers in today's matchup will be looking for opportunities to make plays for their defense. It's Cushing's Texans going up against Johnson's Chiefs. With that, let's get out to Arrowhead. Here are Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
All right, Larry, from one of the loudest venues in the NFL, there's a look at Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. Coming up, we've got a good matchup on tap between the Houston Texans and the Kansas City Chiefs. Oh, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle it.
And now following that play, we've got a man down defensively, one of the members of the secondary. And we'll just hope he's all right to continue. They isolate Hopkins on the left side. On first down, Osweiler. And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete. C.J. Fedorowicz, the intended receiver. And that'll make it 2nd and 10. Offensive starters here. Wide receiver DeAndre Hopkins, a talented wide receiver.
And he's still looking for that ultimate recognition. He wants to be mentioned with the best receivers in the game. His numbers suggest that we should do so.
Again on 2nd and 10 now. It's Osweiler. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. From the gun, it's Osweiler. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down. On 4th down, the Texans will turn it over to the active leader in punting yards, and that's Shane Leckler. Back deep for Kansas City, DeAnthony Thomas. And here's a very low line drive, almost whiffed on it. And not his best effort there, as this one's going to be spotted down just outside of the 40-yard line. First down, it's Smith. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Rod Streeter, the intended receiver. And that'll make it 2nd and 10. This is the offense we're going to see coming up in this one, and Travis Kelce will be key.
What a tremendous weapon he is, especially in the red zone. Knows how to find the end zone when running his routes.
Here we go with Jamal Charles. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
And the good thing about the top-notch safeties, they can play from deep coverage or they can play close to the line of scrimmage, and the end result is often the same, a big-time play for their defensive team, and that's exactly what we just saw.
The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. Now it's Smith. And it's complete to Kelce. And they're able to convert on 3rd with a solid gain of 23.
There's a completion to Travis Kelce. I think he's starting to come into his own as a tight end and as a player, and that makes his quarterback, Alex Smith, really happy.
The first down carry here for Charles. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. We become so accustomed to it, you sort of take it for granted.
You really do, but he is so good that every team in his division, every year, is trying to make sure they draft people charged with trying to block J.J. Watt. So far, hasn't been too successful.
And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Jamal Charles taking it in from 24 yards out. And the Chiefs are going to take a first-quarter lead. And his kick is good to make it 7-0 KC. After the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll probably wish he reconsidered here. It'll cost him 10 yards now with a new rule as he's down at the 15-yard line. And now out comes Houston. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, and see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They kind of got a look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. Big boys down there in the trenches and a nice play to stop them cold. Nothing there.
Yeah, when you talk about big boys, you're talking about those defensive tackles, those nose tackles. They're not just big, they're immense. And what a big-time play there.
Will Fuller was the intended target. And that's going to make it 3rd down and 10.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
So a 3rd and 10, and defensively, a dime look, 6 DBs. Osweiler rolling to his right. And he fires one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And now here comes Kansas City. A good attack for that last touchdown drive they had. Now it's time to see if they can do that again.
It really becomes a tale of 2 play callers, doesn't it? The offensive guy, he's in sync. Everything's working pretty well. For the defensive
what's going on the defensive side?
That's a tough one because he's prepped all week as well, and he can't get a bead on exactly what they're doing right now. What he needs is one of his guys just to make a big play and disrupt things.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. They'll keep it on the ground, this time with Charles. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Give him 3 yards on the run there. That still leaves him with a difficult 3rd and 8 coming up. As we get a look at the defensive starters, the secondary, they're certainly going to need to be on their toes in this one.
And you know me really well. Where do I start analyzing a game? From the secondary. And these guys have to be on point today. They're facing a high-powered attack.
Throwing on 3rd down, Smith. A dump off for Charles. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and it'll be 4th down. Here's Cairo Santos now for the Chiefs field goal. This a 40-yard attempt from the left hash.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. So after the pick, they can't capitalize for 6, but they do get 3.
And I know in this situation, most of us wanted to focus on the offense. You know what side of the ball I played on. Let's give that defense a lot of credit. Taking it over in a sudden change situation and shutting them down.
Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Miller, the lone setback. Osweiler. This one complete. It's C.J. Fedorowicz. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. And now here comes Kim.
Oh, my Lord, the light is going down and the week is here. Save my soul. I can feel it coming, troubles in the air. Oh, my Lord, the light is going down.